Okay. Hello again. Ayan, so last. And so this is your activity 16, your cellulose, no? And so accordingly, your cellulose is the most abundant organic compound accordingly. And so your cellulose, and so in this experiment, we're not going to hydrolyze anymore your cellulose because, ayan, so I mean, it's not relative. It is really difficult to hydrolyze your cellulose. And so kaya, in this, and so we're going to do your solubility test and your iodine test. And so with that, and so your cellulose, and so that is actually inert, no? And so it will not give a positive result to your iodine test, and so it to your reducing test, and so it will not be dissolved by your ordinary solvents. Okay, and so let's take a look at this. Cellulose, and so that is made up of linear chains of beta glucose molecules linked together by beta 1,4 glycosidic bonds. Okay? And so again, that is by beta 1,4 glycosidic bonds, no? And so you have it as beta D glucose linked together via your beta 1,4 glycosidic bonds, no? And so it has actually 200 to 2,000 beta glucose units. And so 200 to 2,000 beta glucose units in your cellulose. Okay, and so it makes up around 50% of your carbon vegetation accordingly. And so and this one, this cellulose, this is a carbohydrate, and this one forms the supporting tissues of your plants, no? And so they are found in your cell wall of your plants, of course. And so you have there, and then your cellulose, and so the purest form, the purest source of your cellulose is your cotton, no? And so the purest source of your cellulose is your cotton, and so your cotton, and so that is actually uh the agent that we used, and so for in the laboratory, no? And so your filter paper, and so that is made up mostly of cellulose. Okay, and so let's take a look at this. Your solubility. And so you have your solubility of your cotton, and so practically not soluble in most of your solvents. Yes, in your general solvents like your water, and so that is insoluble to your water, insoluble to your alcohol, and other commonly used solvents. Okay, and so you have your special solvents that can dissolve your cotton, and so you have here your Switzer's ammoniacal cupric hydroxide. And so this is made up of your copper sulfate, sodium hydroxide, and ammonium hydroxide, no? And so they can accordingly, and so according to sources, this Switzer's reagent can dissolve your cotton. And then your zinc chloride in your HCl solution accordingly can also dissolve your cotton. No, and so your zinc chloride and hydrochloric acid. And so zinc chloride dissolved in hydrochloric acid. And then your sodium hydroxide accordingly. And so your sodium hydroxide, it does not really concentrated. And so please note here, concentrated sodium hydroxide, and so produces a viscous, and this one, ayan, so with your cotton, no? And so, and then if you try to compare, and so in with your in the laboratory, in your laboratory results, and so your sodium hydroxide, and so actually it has the best, and so result in terms of solubility among your other solvents that you use, no? And so it produces a viscous. And so hindi niya actually madi-dissolve, but it will somewhat, yes, make it viscous. And so your carbon disulfide and your amine oxide can accordingly dissolve your cotton. Okay, and so these are some of the agents of your solvents that can dissolve your cotton. cellulose, and so your cellulose when taken in, and so is not digested. And so, let's say for example, if kumain ka ng malunggay, and so that is largely made up of cellulose, and so if kumain ka ng malunggay, and so you will pass it out, I mean, yes, you will pass it out in your anal canal as malunggay pa rin. No, ayan. So you have there, but then, and so your cellulose, and so you have in humans, and so it is not digested, and so due to the absence of your cellulase. And so sa mga tao kasi, there is no cellulase present, and so that can digest this cellulose. Okay? Ayan, so you have here. But then you have in your in the large, sorry, in the large intestines, and so there is actually a minimal action of your normal flora, and so on your cellulose. Okay, and so again, your cellulose is not digested. And so kung kinain mo na cellulose, ilalabas mong ganun pa rin. Okay, and so what is the importance of this? Ayan, so it provides you your dietary fiber. Ayan, so you have here cellulose is a significant component of your dietary fiber. Okay? Ayan, so again, ayan, so it provides you a what you call this a source of your dietary fiber. Okay? And so again, it is not transformed into glucose into your beta D glucose. Ayan, so not digested, and your cellulose plays a role in the human physiology by furnishing bulk rockage, and so which will stimulate your peristalsis, promoting the evacuation of your bowel. Okay, and so again, and so you have here as a dietary fiber, and so provides bulk to your stool and aids in proper digestion and promotes regular bowel movements and prevents constipation by what you call this, adding bulk to the feces and stimulating your muscles of your digestive tract. No? And so you have your cellulose. Actually, it has no nutritional value. You only have it as a source of your dietary fiber. Okay, and so to promote your regular bowel movement, and then to what you call this, help in proper digestion. Okay. Okay, and so let's take a look at your acid hydrolysis of your cellulose. And so your cellulose, and so this is not hydrolyzed by dilute acids, no? And so with the use of your concentrated sulfuric acid, and so it will produce your a vegetable parchment, no? And then with the use of your strong nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid, and so it will form nitrocellulose. Okay, and so when heated, and so with this strong acids, and so it will produce your disaccharide units called as your cellubiose or cellulose, no? And so when heated, ayan, so when you have your cellulose plus your strong acids, and then the action of your heat, ayan, so it will produce your cellulose or your cellubiose. This is your disaccharide unit produced from the hydrolysis of your cellulose. Okay? And so in your complete hydrolysis, and so it will produce your beta glucose units. And so complete hydrolysis will produce beta glucose units. Okay, and so again, your cellulose, and so that is not hydrolyzed by your dilute acids. Okay, and this one is made up of beta glucose units. Okay, and so let's take a look at a comparison between your glycogen, your starch, and cellulose based on your monosaccharide, disaccharide unit, mode of bonding, and occurrence. No, and so your glycogen, and so it has your alpha D glucose units, your starch and so also has your alpha D glucose units. And so both of these two, and so they are your glucosans, no? And then you have your in your cellulose, you have it as beta D glucose. And so you have it as beta D glucose. And then your disaccharide units, and so you have your maltose for both your glycogen and starch, and then cellubiose for your cellulose. Your mode of bonding, and so you have alpha 1 for glycosidic bonds for the linear one in your glycogen, and alpha 1 6 glycosidic bonds for the branching. And so this one is also true in your starch, no? And so please again recall your amylose and your amylopectin of your starch. And then your cellulose, you have your beta 1 for glycosidic bonds. And so please note that there is no branching in this cellulose. It is linear. And then you have your occurrence, and so they are found in your glycogen. This is found in your liver and muscles of your animals, of course. And then your starch, this is found in your plants. And then your cellulose, and so this is found in your plants also. And so they are found in your cell wall, in your supporting tissues of your plants for your cellulose. No, and so your starch, and so this is found in your plants, and so they occur in your uh, nuts, legumes, and so those items. And so you have here for your a comparison of the three. Okay? And so you have here last na to. And so you have here your solubility for your uh solubility of your cotton strands and your filter paper, no? Ayan, so you have your solvent, and so you have your water, dilute HCl, concentrated hydrochloric acid, and concentrated sodium hydroxide. No, and so you have here your water, and so this they are actually insoluble to all. Now again, and so your cotton strands, and so insoluble to this, and so to all of this, and so they are insoluble with the following solvents. And then your filter paper also, and so note that your filter paper is made up mostly of cotton. I mean of cellulose. And so your filter paper again is made up of cellulose, no? Mostly of cellulose. And so with this, and so they are insoluble to all of these solvents. And so as to the reaction with iodine, and so it will give a negative result to your iodine test, no? And so kung anong kulay ng iodine, kapag tinanap mo siya sa cotton strands, then it will stain it as brown, no? And so magiging brown lang siya. Okay, and so that is for your activity 30, ay, activity 16, your cellulose.